She snapped, "This is your fault. You forced me to hit you in the heat of the fight," I calmly replied. "Explain that to the camera." The moment her eyes landed on the nanny cam recording everything, her unprovoked strike, her escalating rage, her expression faltered. The looming assault charges made her pause. I'm 32, male, and 6 months ago, I quietly installed nanny cams all around my apartment. Not because I was paranoid about anyone, but because of Walter, my cat. He'd been sick, and the vet suggested keeping an eye on him while I worked. Black Friday sales gave me a decent deal on a 4-camera set. At the time, I thought I was just being a good pet owner. But 2 weeks ago, those cameras did more than protect Walter. They may have saved my life. My girlfriend, Cassandra, 28, and I had been dating for about 2 years. We just moved in together not long ago. At first, things were steady, but then came the warning signs. She'd chuck my phone across the room if she was angry, slam doors hard enough that frames rattled. One time, she shattered my favorite coffee mug because I didn't text her back fast enough. If I was 10 minutes late from work, I'd walk into a storm. I grew up in a household where destroying things in anger wasn't tolerated, so I told her clearly that this behavior wasn't acceptable. Every time, she'd cry, apologize, swear she'd work on controlling her temper. She'd frame it as passion, claiming I should feel lucky to have someone who cared so much. Textbook cycle. Then Thursday night hit. I came home, walked in, and instantly saw it. My gaming console gone. The one my brother gave me before his deployment overseas. Something I'd kept for 8 years. Cassandra had thrown it away. "Where is it?" I demanded. She looked straight at me and said, "In the dumpster. You spent 3 hours on it yesterday instead of talking to me. That was while you were binging Real Housewives." I reminded her, "You literally shushed me when I tried to speak." She rolled her eyes. "That's different. My shows help me relax. Your games are just childish escapism." I ran downstairs, hoping the dumpster hadn't been emptied yet, but it was too late. Console gone forever. My chest tightened. "You had no right to throw away my things." Her reply, "Our apartment, our stuff. What's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine. That's not how property works." "Oh, so now you're a lawyer? Maybe if you'd actually gone to law school like I told you instead of settling for IT, we'd have a better life." I forced myself to stay composed. I earned $85K a year. She only worked part-time at her dad's business for experience. Yet somehow I was always a problem. That's when her face shifted. Her rage was like a switch flipping. She grabbed a ceramic lamp off the side table and swung it toward my skull. I barely ducked. It smashed into the wall with a crack that made my ears ring. "You think you're better than me?" she shrieked. She grabbed again, this time a heavy glass paperweight. "Cassandra!" "Stop. This is assault." "Assault?" she barked. "No, you made me do this. With your disrespect. With your stupid gaming. With your refusal to commit. When are we getting married? When are you finally proposing? 2 years wasted on you. We just moved in 3 months ago." I shouted back, but she hurled the glass anyway. It struck my shoulder hard. Pain jolted through me, already bruising. "You're too calm," she screamed. "Why aren't you fighting? Fight for us." "I'm not going to hit you, Cassandra. Because you don't care. You never did. I'm the only one who fights for this relationship. By destroying my things? By hitting me?" That's when she snapped further. She lunged at me, fingernails slashing down my face. For deep scratches carved from my temple to my jaw. Blood immediately streaked down. I shoved her off, not hard, just to make distance. "You pushed me," she wailed. "Abuser. You shoved me. You just clawed my face open. You made me. This is all your fault. I'll tell everyone you hit me." And that's when I said it. "Tell that to the camera." Her body went rigid. "What camera?" I gestured toward the bookshelf, where a nanny cam hid in a photo frame, then to another by the TV, one by the door and one in the kitchen. Her face drained. "You've been spying on me?" "They're for Walter," I said. "But they just recorded you attacking me twice." She paled, then flushed crimson. Then, to my shock, smirked. Doesn't matter. No one will believe you. Men don't get abused. I'll tell everyone you came at me first, off camera. Except the footage shows everything. Me walking in, you screaming, you throwing things, you scratching my face. I'll delete them. They upload to the cloud automatically. She lunged for my phone. I backed up, already pulling up the app, blood dripping down my chin. I'm calling the police. You wouldn't dare. I'll ruin you. My dad knows people. You'll lose your job. No one will ever hire you again. I hit dial. Police arrived in 20 minutes. I waited outside, towel pressed to my bleeding face. Cassandra locked herself in the bedroom, making frantic calls. 2 officers showed up, Detective Morrison, an older woman with sharp eyes, and Officer Hensley, younger, quiet. They took one look at my face and asked what happened. My girlfriend attacked me. It's all on video. They photographed the scratches, the swelling bruise on my shoulder, the shards of ceramic scattered across the floor. Where is she? In the bedroom. They knocked. Cassandra emerged looking calm, almost rehearsed. She'd changed outfits into a tank top showing old bruises on her arms, bruises I'd never once seen before. Her makeup was smeared just enough to mimic tears. Officers! Thank God. He attacked me, she said breathlessly. Look, he left marks all over me. Detective Morrison barely gave them a glance. Ma'am, we need to see the security footage. Cassandra's composure cracked. What footage? I pulled out my phone, handed them the app for camera angles. HD audio. They watched a 22-minute nightmare. Her throwing objects, scratching me retreating and de-escalating. The single push that was clearly self-defense. Ma'am, you're under arrest of domestic assault, Morrison said flatly. Her meltdown was nuclear. She screamed that I'd set her up, that I'd provoke her off camera, that the cameras were illegal, that her father would sue everyone in sight. As they cuffed her, she glared at me with hatred. This isn't over. My family will destroy you. That night, sitting in my blood-spattered living room, I felt numb. I called my brother overseas. He was furious about the console, but more relieved that I was alive. He ordered me to lawyer up immediately. I found Garrett Hoffman through my company's legal aid program. After watching the footage, he shook his head. This is the clearest domestic violence case I've seen. She's done, but her family has money. They won't go quietly. He was right. Cassandra posted bail the next day. Her father, Theodore, owned a string of successful restaurants, an old-money family with influence. They hired Reginald Blackstone, a high-profile defense attorney. A restraining order was issued. She couldn't come within 500 feet of me, my office, or my home. With police supervision, she collected her belongings within 24 hours. But the smear campaign was already rolling. Her mother left a voicemail. How dare you arrest our daughter, like some criminal? You've ruined her future. Drop the charges or you'll regret it. I forwarded it straight to Garrett. Classic witness intimidation, he said with a smile. Keep them coming. Then came social media. Cassandra kept quiet, but her friends, sisters, and cousins filled the void. Posts claiming some men can't handle strong women, and narcissistic abuser sets up my best friend. No names, but everyone in our social circle knew who they meant. My Instagram went private after death threat number 15. Then things escalated. An anonymous complaint to my landlord claimed I was running illegal surveillance in the apartment. I proved the cameras were legal, only in common areas. He let it go, but warned me Cassandra's family had influence. Next, my boss called me in. Someone emailed HR claiming I was filming female coworkers without consent. An internal audit cleared me, but rumors spread. A few colleagues started avoiding me. My tires were slashed twice. The hooded figure on security cameras was unrecognizable. The worst blow? Cassandra started a blog, Surviving Covert Narcissism. My story. She painted herself as a victim. Her comments filled with sympathy. She fabricated entire scenarios, claiming she'd finally fought back. Garrett told me to document everything but remain silent. Court in 3 weeks was what mattered. Update 3. Theodore tried to buy me off. He cornered me in my work parking garage, flanked by 2 men who didn't look like lawyers. "We need to talk about my daughter," he said. "Sir, there's a restraining order." "You can't." "I'm not here about that. I'm here with an offer." He held out an envelope. $50,000. Drop the charges. Call it a misunderstanding. No. 75. No. 100,000. Final offer. A conviction will destroy her nursing career. She should have thought about that before assaulting me. His expression darkened. "Take it, or things get difficult. I know judges, prosecutors, commissioners. Your little video won't matter if the right people bury it." I raised my phone, recording. His eyes widened. Bribing a witness is a felony. So is intimidation. He retreated, pointing at me. "You're making a mistake. Remember this." That night, he was arrested for attempted bribery and witness tampering. Bail $$ 200K. The trial came. I thought I was prepared. I wasn't. Cassandra walked in transformed. Hair pulled back neatly, minimal makeup, conservative dress, glasses. The picture of innocence. Her lawyer, Blackstone, spun a tale. Ladies and gentlemen, what you'll see is a woman pushed to her breaking point by psychological abuse. She lashed out only in defense. They brought witnesses. Friends who said Cassandra was always afraid of me. A psychologist testified about reactive abuse, how victims sometimes snap after prolonged manipulation. They twisted my texts out of context. Me asking her not to go out drinking became controlling. Me asking her to help with rent became financial abuse. But then it was our turn. Garrett dismantled everything. The footage showed 22 minutes of me staying calm, hands up while she attacked. No editing, no gaps, just reality. Neighbors testified about hearing her screaming at me for months. A co-worker described Cassandra causing scenes at my job. The building security guard confirmed multiple incidents. We produced Cassandra's own blog posts, where she bragged about training me through consequences, admitting to throwing away my things. The knockout blow? The bribery video of Theodore. It showed guilt, plain and simple. Cassandra took the stand, tears flowing on cue. "He manipulated me into snapping," she said. "He wanted me to break so he could leave." The prosecutor asked, "So he made you throw a lamp at his head?" She stammered. "He provoked me by being calm, by not fighting for us." "So his calmness made you violent?" "You're twisting my words." The jury wasn't convinced. Final update. 3 months later, the verdict came. Guilty. Second-degree assault. Domestic violence enhancement. The judge called her an entitled person who couldn't handle not getting her way. Sentence. 12 months in jail, 9 suspended, 3 years probation, mandatory anger management, 5-year no-contact order, $5, 000 restitution. She served 3 months before early release. Theodore pled guilty to witness tampering. He got probation and a $50, 000 fine. His reputation tanked. 2 restaurant franchises folded. And Cassandra? Her nursing license application was denied. Violent crime convictions don't mix with health care. Last I heard, she was working at one of her father's remaining restaurants, living at home, still blogging about surviving abuse. But once court records went public, her following shrank to nothing. Her sister still posts passive-aggressive memes about false victims, but no one pays attention. Funny how video evidence changes everything. As for me, I'm in therapy. PTSD is real, even for men. It's terrifying how quickly you normalize fear in your own home. But my therapist says I'm healing. I moved to a new place. No cameras this time. Walter's health improved too, likely from the drop in stress. I started dating again. Slowly. Carefully. She knows everything. Saw the video. First thing she said, "I'm glad you're safe." My brother came home, handed me a new gaming console he bought overseas. We play online every weekend now. Cassandra would hate that. Good. Sometimes I think back to those cameras. A $200 investment that saved me from prison. Without them, Cassandra would have staged bruises, called the cops, and it would have been her word against mine. Even after jail, she had the audacity to send a letter through her lawyer asking me to remove the court footage from public record because it ruined her life. Garrett's response was one word: no. If you're reading this, learn from me. Document everything. Don't minimize abuse. Don't excuse it. Violence is violence, no matter the gender. And if someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Those cameras saved my life. Leaving saved my soul.